ranking every Lord players in Marvel Rivals. So just to clarify, I'm gonna be ranking you guys based on your full potential. This is not actually just when you get the Lord icon, because let's be honest, having a Lord icon doesn't mean you're automatically the best player. I'm gonna be ranking this based on how scared I would be if I see them in the other side. So we have OK over here, which is if I put a character here, it doesn't mean they're bad. I'm just not really scared of them. Worried, which is like, I'm not really that terrified, but I'm a little worried. 50-50, which it can go either way. They're either like very scary or like not really scary whatsoever. Scary, which is, I know they're gonna be playing well. And Nightmare, yeah, I'm just dead, huh? Like I might as well just surrender. So we're gonna start with Black Panther. Most of the time, if not all the time, Black Panther will just bully the hell out of you, especially if you're a support player. You are just not having fun. Let's be honest for 1 second. Black Panther is probably like the worst dive hero currently, but for some reason this BP players, they're somehow really good with this hero. If you're a support player and you see a really good BP player, you're kind of just dead. You're just dead. But I think it's kind of leaning more towards 50-50. Now this might be a hot take because most BP players are good, but I have seen some very egotistic BP players where they're just refusing to swap even though they're being like hard countered. So this is either like a Nightmare or 50-50. I feel like 50-50 I'll save for other characters. I'll just put this in Nightmare for now. I might swap it later. Black Widow. Ooh, dude. Comparing an average Black Widow and a really good Black Widow is like a big difference. For some reason, everything is just calculated in their brain. It doesn't matter if you try to counter Black Widow with a dive hero, like you could try to go Psylocke, Iron Fist, somehow they can deal with it. This might be a hot take, but I'm gonna put it at scary because I feel like if you're really good with this character, you can easily climb up. Now the thing is with Hawkeye players, they're like the quiet kid in school, okay? At least from my experience, I don't really see them talking a lot. They don't even chat, they don't even use voice chat. They're just playing and they're playing well. I rarely see like a really bad Hawkeye. Most of the time if I see a Lord Hawkeye, they're most of the time good. I mean, let's be honest, his skill level is not really that high. I feel like the only thing you really need with Hawkeye is aim. So his skill level is not really that high compared to like Black Panther, for example. But they can still be very scary though, that's the thing. So with that, I'll put it... I kind of want to put it in scary, but really same level as Black Widow. I might put you down actually. I don't really think like it's kind of 50-50. Sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're really bad. So I'll put it in 50-50. Hella players. Oh, kind of the same as Hawkeye, bro. They're like that quiet kid and they never talk. It's literally the exact same thing as Hawkeye. It's like her abilities, very straightforward. Not a very high skilling, but if your aim is good, you're gonna be popping off very easily. Oh, but they're very scary though. Most of the time you would be terrified if you see a Lord Halo player. She's definitely around the same level as a Hawkeye, so I'm gonna put it in scary as well. Human Torch. Out of all the characters, this is probably one of the characters I'm kinda unsure of because I don't really see a lot of Human Torch. I've seen a lot of Human Torch in season 2 when he was like broken, but nowadays he's not really getting played a lot. For some reason they know like how to cage properly. They maximize that cage, by the way. They can make that as big as possible if they want to, but again it's still kind of scary because every time I do see him, he's usually popping off most of the time. Iron Fist players. Oh, okay, this might be a hot take. I've seen a lot of Iron Fist players, okay? They're either gonna be carrying your games or just feeding their games. They're either like going 20 kills and 1 death or 1 kill and 20 deaths. I do not know why. He's one of those characters where they're kind of easy to play but they can be hard to master, and I do not know why. They do not know when to swap. Like, is that ego or something? Like, they're getting hard countered, they don't know how to swap. They no, I will go Iron Fist. Like, this has to be 50-50. I'm sorry. Like, some people might say it's like scary or Nightmare. It's 50-50. Iron Iron Man mains, I don't really see a lot of difference between like a Lord Iron Man and an average Iron Man. I feel like his playstyle is just very straightforward, and like his ult, oh wow, you can counter other ultimates, you know? Oh, you press your E and then you do more damage. Like, he's very straightforward. The only difference you can see is a really good Iron Man player knows how to position themselves. They're not just flying in the air, being stupid. But again, I'm worried, but it's not that scary. Magic players? Oh, I think this is tough. Oh, they're definitely scary for sure, I would say. I definitely see a big difference between like an average Magic player and like a really, really good Magic player. They're most of the time so scary. And I don't know why. How can they do this, by the way? If you're a Magic player, how the f do you like go in and it's like 1v4, okay? You're alone and you somehow do not die. Like, how is that a thing? They somehow make Magic like so broken somehow. I think because she gets like a bonus health or something every time she ults, or like every time you like do something. I don't even know. Honestly, I've tried Magic and every time I play her, I'm just feeding my ass off. So I have no idea what I'm trying to say here. All I'm gonna say here is that every time I see them, they're terrifying. Are they nightmare though? I feel like I'm gonna save the nightmares for other characters, so I'll put this in scary. Mr. Fantastic is definitely a little bit hard to rank because I'll be completely honest, I don't really see him a lot, and every time I do see him, he's not hard carrying. He's doing well, but he's not like the MVP or like playing out of his mind, you know? They're doing good, just not like that impressively like, oh my god, this guy, like marry me please, like not that kind of thing. I've definitely seen a really good Fantastic player. They know how to use their abilities correctly. They're always in that state where they're like that big boy. I don't know what you call it. I'm gonna call it big boy. It's like that big boy where they're so buffed. They're somehow in that state most of the time. But again, it's like I don't really see them popping off too much. So with that, I'll put them in worried, you know. I'm worried every time I see them, but not like terrified. Moon Knight players, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you're going down. I do not see the difference between an average Moon Knight player and a really good Moon Knight player. There's literally no difference. And I already know if you're a Moon Knight player, you're gonna be like, but a really good Moon Knight player will flank and they will play angles. Yes, that's true, sure. But that's not really too much of a skill. Like anyone can flank. Like a Hawkeye can flank. A Hela can flank. That it's not really that impressive. I'm sorry, like Moon Knight is cool and all, but he's not, even in the highest potential, he's not that scary. Namor players, I don't really see a lot of big difference either. I feel like his kit is very straightforward. The only big difference is the aim, but everything else, like, oh, you throw squids, I don't know, not very scary. I'll be worried, but it's not really very scary. Psylocke players, this is scary. This is scary for sure. A really good Psylocke player, it doesn't matter how hard you counter them, they can somehow avoid you, by the way. Even if she gets hard countered, she can adjust. She doesn't need to dive all the time. She can just poke around, deal damage. From what I've noticed, a lot of healings like triple support can be a little tough on her, especially if those supports are like Rocket, Loki, and like all those characters. Like, she will struggle. Besides that, even if like a really good DPS, she can out DPS them. It doesn't matter. She's just one tap, one combo, bam, you're just dead. It's like playing a horror game with Psylocke. I'll put it in scary. Scarlet Witch. Now, it's kind of the same with Moon Knight, unfortunately. Like I really do not see a difference between like a new Scarlet Witch player and a really good Scarlet Witch player. The only difference is they know how to position themselves really well. They don't just fly around and shoot around and stuff. Besides that, it's kinda not really scary. Like, just imagine this really quick, okay? You hop on into a game, you see a Lord Scarlet Witch in the other side. Are you really that scared? Not really. So, I'll put it in okay. They're not that scary. Spider-Man mains, oof. I feel like this is kinda easy, actually. They're either gonna be carrying your games, or they're gonna be feeding their ass off. There's no in between. They're either really good, or really bad. Somehow, even if he gets countered, he can still kinda make it work if they're really good. So at full potential, they're definitely scary, but at the same time, I've seen so many Lord Spider-Mans and then they're still dog shit. I'm sorry. They're either nightmare or 50-50. And I'm leaning more towards 50-50 over here. Squirgle, oh, I don't see a difference. I'm sorry, they're not scary whatsoever. I feel like every time I see Squirgle, they're just annoying. But I don't really see like a high skilling. Like they're usually doing the same thing. Wow, they're at the back spamming, woohoo, and sometimes they occasionally flank. They play off angle sometimes, woohoo, they flank, and then they throw their ultimate, and somehow they literally just throw their ultimate, they AFK, they get triple kill. Like that is just stupid. I was gonna put her here, but I am a little bit worried because they're annoying. That's the only thing, because they're annoying. The starter players now, most of the time they're like a mosquito. They're like so annoying to deal with, especially when they ult. They just know what they're doing all the time. A really good Star Lord has a lot of potential because I'm not sure if you guys know this, but every time he does like a little dodge, he can actually dodge ultimates and stuff. He can dodge Skylar Witch ult if you time it properly, and most of the time they're pretty good. I rarely see a starter player that is actually bad. So I'll put it in scary. Storm players. Now, storm players, I feel like the only time I'm scared if they have that Tornado Jeff combo, but I don't really see a big difference between like an average one and a really good storm player. Most of the time they're just staying at the back, giving boost to her teammates. She's definitely annoying, and she's definitely like a full potential storm. They will carry games for sure, but am I scared? Not really. It's like one of those scenarios where you kind of predict they're gonna be playing well anyway. I'll put it in worried. I'll be worried, but it's kind of predictable. You know they will be playing well anyway. Punisher, okay, let's see. An average Punisher and a really high skilling Punisher, I don't really see much of a difference. The only scenario I can think of is a really good Punisher. They don't usually use the turret a lot. You can tell, by the way, you can tell if someone is using the turret a lot, you know they're bad, by the way. Like, it's good in some scenarios, but most of the time you're just a sitting duck. Against pro players, you know that turret is just gonna get you killed. So unfortunately, I don't really see much of a difference. I'll put it in okay. I'm not even worried, bro. I'll put them in okay. Winter Soldiers. Oh, no, hell no. I don't want to deal with this. Oh god, hell no. Every time I see a Winter Soldier and they're actually good, I'm terrified, bro. I don't even know how to counter him properly, because if you try to dive him, he hooks you and kills you. If you try to play long range with him, he out aims you and he just plays better than you. And every time he ults, you just hear again over and over again, hell no. Hell no, I don't want to deal with you. Wolverine players. Oh god, it's the same thing. Oh, PTSD. Oh, PTSD. If you're a tank player, you know you're gonna have a rough time, bro. And if you're a DPS and a support, you're not safe either. He's going for anyone, by the way. Obviously, he prioritizes tanks, but if he sees you lacking and you're alone, baby, I'm coming for you tonight. He's already singing that song in his head, bro. Hell no. Adam Warlock. Holy shit. I might be giving out nightmares like so many now. Oh god, a really good Adam Warlock. You're not dying. They know how to time things properly. They know when's the right time to bind. They know when's the right time to ult. That is going to nightmare for sure. Hell no, I don't want to deal with that. Cloak and Dagger mains. Okay, this might be rough. The thing is with Cloak and Dagger mains is that because I see them so many times, it doesn't really scare me anymore. And I'm pretty sure we can all agree that this is like the most common Lord icon I've ever seen. Like, I see them every single game, I feel like. Lord icons for Cloak and Dagger is not even rare anymore. It's actually like the most common Lord icon I've ever seen. And unfortunately, a really good Cloak and Dagger, I'm not really that worried. Like an average Cloak and Dagger and a full potential Cloak and Dagger, not a big difference. The only difference is they actually know when to like change to Cloak and Dagger, and they can actually manage their abilities really well. I'm literally not even worried. I'll put it in okay. Like, they're good, don't get me wrong. Me putting them here, it doesn't mean they're bad players. It just means I'm not really scared of them. Invisible Woman. Yeah, okay, this is scary. This is scary for sure. Invisible Woman knows how to use their shields and their like little push and stuff. They know how to use that shit properly. They're getting dived and they can still somehow escape. Like, they're gonna be very annoying to deal with. Now, I want to put them in the middle, but because this is 50-50, they're not really 50-50. I'll put it in worried. I'm gonna be worried every time I see a really good Invisible Woman. Jeff. Dude, I recently just played with a really good Jeff player. they know how to play Jeff. It's crazy. They actually carried the game. We can all agree Jeff's ultimate is probably one of the most inconsistent, most not really useful ult of all time. But I recently played with this one Jeff player. Dude, he counters everyone, by the way. Every time he hears an invisible woman ult, he ult inside the invisible woman ult and throws them away from the ult. And they're also gonna be really hard to kill. Like, they're so annoying to deal with. Because of that one player that I played with, I'm actually gonna put it in scary. I saw the full potential of Jeff. Low-key, this is probably around Adam Warlock level. They're scary, bro. I would definitely say, out of all the supports, Loki is my most like terrified support ever. They know how to position themselves. They can bamboozle you. They know how to use the lamp properly. They know which ult is good in the moment. Hell no, I'm terrified. That's a nightmare. That is a nightmare for sure. Luna Snow. Luna Snow, like, I'm not really scared. They're gonna be playing really well because, I mean, let's be honest, as Luna Snow, they're most of the time playing really well. But am I scared? Not really. There's definitely scarier characters out there, like Adam or Loki for me. I'll be honest, I don't really see a lot of difference between like an average Luna and like a really good Luna. At best, they know how to like use the clap ability. I don't know what you call it. I call it clap, you know, when she's clapping. I mean, I'll be worried for sure. I'll be worried because her ult is just lasting so long. She's definitely annoying to deal with. That's why I'm gonna put her at least in worried. Okay, my list is kind of bothering me, I'll be honest. I think I'm gonna swap it to scary, and then like this is gonna be like very scary because there's so many characters I want to put in the middle and I cannot. So Invisible Woman I'll put in scary, and Mantis I'm also putting in scary. This is the only reason why I made this list, by the way. I changed it. Oh my god, dude, Mantis players, they know how to use every single abilities. They know when to heal, they know when to damage boost, they know when to ult. Like dude, their timings are always on point. They can even be in very scary, I'll be honest, but I don't want to put too many in the scary, so I'll limit myself. So I'll put it in the middle. Or rocket players. Now the thing is, I'm not really scared when I see them, but I'll definitely be worried because everyone is just getting healed a lot. They're gonna be getting healed a lot, and they're gonna be hard to catch. But I'll be honest, I don't really see a big difference between an average and a really good lord. The only difference is if you're actually really good with him, you actually shoot. You actually shoot the enemy. An average rocket, they kind of just, you know, they just heal bots. I'm putting this here because I already know it's gonna be so hard to kill anyone, so it's gonna be tough. Ultron. Okay, every time I see an Ultron player, what do I feel about this? Every time I see an Ultron, it doesn't really terrify me. They're like fine. Maybe I just haven't seen enough good Ultron players. I have played them a lot. When he got released, I have played him a lot, and even I can safely say I don't even find him scary. Like, I feel like the enemy team are not even scared of me. So unfortunately, this might be too early to rank, but I really do not find him scary. Like, dude, a really good Hulk, hell, I don't want to deal with that. This might be nightmare, I'll be honest. They know how to use their abilities like properly, and especially the ult. The ult is the factor of how you can tell if they're a really good Hulk player. A really good Hulk, you're like in the air, by the way. For the longest time, you're just in the air, and he just combos you and just kills you. Hell no, I'm not dealing with that. I'm terrified. I'm terrified. Hell no. Captain America is definitely a very scary one to deal with. See, the thing is, I don't really see a big difference though. I don't really see a big difference between like an average Captain America and a really good one, because they just annoy you. They will just annoy the hell out of you. If you're a support, you are not having fun. You're definitely putting this like a nightmare if you're a support player. A really good Captain America, they're so hard to kill. They're very annoying. Are they nightmare though, or very scary? I think I'm gonna put it in nightmare. Doctor Strange, oh my god. Yeah, this is kind of scary as well. There's definitely a difference between an average Strange and a really good one. Like, if you're a really good Doctor Strange, you somehow know like knowledge that nobody else knows. Like, you have some secret stash that you're hiding. Dude, I've seen so many clips of Doctor Strange doing the like so many weird things that actually work. It's insane. It's actually insane. I will put this in very scary for sure. I will put it there. Emma Frost. I feel like Emma Frost is just scary in general. It doesn't matter if you're Lord or not. I think the reason why we're just scared of Emma is because she's just like one of the best tanks right now. It's her diamond form that is like the scary part. You just don't want to be grabbed. Like, actually, maybe some people want to be grabbed of with Emma Frost, but you know, like real, like actually real life scenario, you don't want to be grabbed. Oh, okay, real life scenario, you still want to be grabbed with him. Okay, you know what I'm trying to say here. Like Emma Frost is it can be very annoying. I'll put it in scary. Okay, a Groot, hell to the no, hell to the no. I don't want to deal with a Groot, bro. They know how to use those walls properly. You can definitely see a big difference between an average one and a really good one. They know when to use the walls properly. They know when to ult. They know how to position themselves really well. Like these guys are scary for sure. Bro, this guy already got nerfed and he's still terrifying. I'll put it in very scary for now. I might move it later, but I'll put it in very scary for now. Magneto. Oof. You can never go wrong with Magneto. He's always gonna be kind of like Emma Frost, where like they're generally just really good. They can counter other ultimates. They know how to bubble properly. He's also just very straightforward, so there's not really too much to learn with Magneto. So I'll put it in like Emma Frost level. Like they're really good most of the time, so it's like it's kind of predictable. Like you already know it's gonna be worrying. Penny Parker. Oh dude, I was gonna originally put Penny Parker around in the middle, but I recently played with a really good Penny Parker, and I also played against a really good Penny Parker. Dude, they're actually so scary though. You're playing a horror game. You don't know if there's gonna be a mine there or not. I don't want to deal with a Penny Parker, especially because I'm a dive player, by the way. Yes, I know. Yeah, I cringe. You know, I'm a dive player. And she counters dive players really easily. I can't do shit. I cannot get close to her teammates if she's always trapping me. Nah. Ooh, where do I put this? I'll put this in very scary for now. I don't want to hype you up too much. The Thing. I feel like The Thing is generally just scary. It doesn't matter if you're an average or a really good The Thing player. You're generally just a really scary character to go against. His ult is annoying. He's so hard to kill. And this is off topic, by the way. Off topic. Every time he does the little right click when he charges punch, isn't just me, but it is so satisfying. Like the sound, boing, boing, like it's so satisfying every time you do that. I'll put it in scary because in general they're just scary, so I'll put it there. Thor players. I've definitely witnessed really good Thor players. There's definitely a big difference between an average Thor and a really good one, but the thing is they're not really too much of a threat. Is it just me? Like they're scary, but they're not really too much of a threat, because let's be honest, Thor currently is not really that good, unfortunately. Like if Thor is a little bit better this season, I will put this a little higher. They don't really, like, they don't do much. Like, let's be honest, like they're not actually that terrifying. Venom. Now, you know you're not having fun if there's a really good Venom, especially if you're support. If you're a support, you are not supporting. You're playing a run for your life. That's what you're doing. They're gonna be very annoying to deal with. Most of the time, you can kind of deal with them anyway. So I'll put them in scary. Obviously, I'm not including this because we already have those. Let me see if I want to change anything here. So, do you guys agree with my list over here? Comment down below if you guys agree with me or not. Obviously, keep in mind that this is only my opinion. This is just mostly for fun, you know, so do not take it personally. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. See you, everybody.